You're listening to the ESO Network, your station for all things geek.
Hello, we are Enterprise-Splaining, the podcast where we explain Star Trek Enterprise to each other and to you. I'm Maria, and these are my co-hosts, Jamie.
Hi.
And Bill.
Hello.
And today we are joined by a special guest, Rebecca Watson. Rebecca, tell us about yourself and why you are here. What is your relationship with Star Trek in general and with Enterprise in particular?
Hello. Well, first of all, thank you for having me on. Huge fan. First time, long time of this podcast, not of
First time hearing about this podcast.
No,
first time.
I am the biggest fan, actually.
What segment do you like best about our podcast, Rebecca?
Oh, definitely the dog one. The one about the dog.
That's fair.
Yeah, I like hearing about the dog, which I thought was like a pug or something. I was like, oh yeah, it's got like a puggle or something, right? And Maria had to be like, no, it's a basset hound. Okay,
it's a beagle.
Oh, I said, yeah, I had said basset. Okay, look. Anyway, I'm a big fan. My relationship to Star Trek in general, grew up a big fan of the original series because my dad was a fan of the original series. Was not that into the Next Generation because my dad wasn't into the Next Generation. But then I started watching Deep Space Nine and I fell in love with Deep Space Nine. To this day, best Star Trek series in my opinion. Although I did mostly get into it because this is embarrassing, but I was super attracted to the Doctor on Deep Space Nine.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Bashir. Mm-hmm.
That's a valid reason for being a fan of anything.
Right? And I feel like that's kind of the reason why I didn't get that into any of the future series. I did like begrudgingly watch all of Voyager and even enjoyed some of it. But a lot of it was
You weren't into Neelix?
I hate Neelix. Neelix. People talk now about like when your partner gives you the ick or something. Neelix. And like his partner was this like nymph girl who was not long for this world, and the whole thing disgusted me. It just disgusted. And the fact that he was like the cook or whatever, it's like, first of all, why do you need a cook? By the way, am I allowed to curse?
Absolutely.
Yeah. This is Enterprise.
How can we not?
I knew that already. It was fucking disgusting. They let that weirdo touch food. And like, why do you even need a cook? You have a replicator. But let me move on from my Neelix hatred. Next was Enterprise, and I love Scott Bakula. I was wildly attracted to Scott Bakula as a kid. I loved Quantum Leap. I watched his movie where he's an like elderly football player. I believe it's called Necessary Roughness.
Necessary Roughness.
Yeah. Yeah. I watched it constantly. I loved him. So I was like, this is going to be a home run. And I think I watched like the first episode, maybe two. And I was like, I hate this. I'm bored. He is not dynamic enough. He's not sexy enough. He's not interesting. I'm not into this. And it also came at a time when I was like going off to college. I didn't have TV anyway. So that was my last connection to Enterprise. And then I was pretty much out of the Star Trek game, besides hating on the J.J. Abrams movies, until Strange New Worlds, which I really liked because it felt like old school Trek, but good. So I kind of got back into that. So this is the first episode of Enterprise that I've seen since the series debuted.
Have you seen Star Trek, the animated series?
No.
Okay.
I don't watch cartoons. I'm an adult.
Oh.
I only watch science fiction shows with hot people that I am attracted to. I am an adult.
Exactly. Exactly. It's Farscape, Deep Space Nine, nothing else.
And to clarify for listeners, because we do have a lot of people on our show who have not seen Enterprise, but do get it via our podcast. You also do not, that was the jokes in the beginning, was you do not listen to this podcast either. So
I have never listened.
almost nothing about Enterprise.
I knew next to nothing before watching this episode. Maria did try, for professionalism's sake, she did try to get me to listen to the podcast before doing this, but I feel like it's better that I just go in blind. I'm just going to come in like a wrecking ball.
It's going to be chaotic and fun, and I am so excited.
Me too.
Yep.
So should we dive in?
Well, just before we get into it, just a little bit of pod business. So Jamie and I will be at DragonCon, which is happening in just about a month from when this episode comes out. So come say hi if you see us. Jamie's going to be on some panels.
Maria, you can find by just, I guess, walking around and hoping you run into her.
Yeah.
But for me,
it's normal.
The bar is probably a pretty good bet.
Just look me up in your DragonCon app. Right now, when we're recording this, I have no idea what panels I will be on, but I will be on some panels, probably as part of Science Track. So just look up Jamie Bernstein in the app, and you'll find me on all my panels. And maybe you'll see Maria if you're there, because maybe she'll come to a panel. Maybe.
I might.
Maybe.
Depends on how drunk I am. I'll be honest, that's how DragonCon rolls for me.
I mean, and yet when Bill suggested you'd be at the bar, I did see a rolling of the eyes. Like,
oh, no. I would never. That is 100% where I will be.
Here's how you find Maria. Pour some salt into a circle and start talking about the Muppet Show, and she will manifest.
And project planning.
All right. And Jamie, you have some new exciting swag news for us, right?
Oh my God, you guys, we have merch. We have merch for our podcast for some reason. So you can find our merch by going to esonetwork.com and then clicking on the link to the TeePublic store. And you will see that we have t-shirts with our logo that just say Enterprise Splaining. And by the time you're listening to this, there also should be some special shirts that say Porthos Appreciation Society with a beautiful design by
Anna Miranda.
Thank you.
Who is a fantastic cartoonist and artist in general, who has done that work for us. So they're going to be cool. I can't wait for them. Can't wait to get them.
So go check out those designs and other merch in the ESO Network TeePublic store.
All right. So today we are going to be talking about the Star Trek Enterprise episode Precious Cargo. However, Rebecca is the only person here who has actually watched it. So it's her job to explain to us what happened in the episode. Computer, tell us a bit about the episode we will be talking about this week.
Precious Cargo. Trip boards an alien cargo vessel to help repair a stasis pod, which holds a beautiful woman in suspended animation. When the woman accidentally wakes up, she reveals she's not a passenger, but a prisoner.
Okay, now it's time for Two Truths and a Lie. Rebecca, please tell us 2 truths and a lie about this episode so we can guess which is the lie.
Okay, here we go. Number 1. According to IMDb ratings, this episode is the worst episode of Enterprise that you guys will have seen thus far.
I don't believe it.
Oh my God.
I find that hard to believe.
Yeah.
Number 2. Padma Lakshmi sits on Trip's hand and screams, "Mr. Tucker!"
Wait, what?
Number 3.
Wow.
Padma Lakshmi's husband at the time, Salman Rushdie, plays a background alien.
Wait, what?
Oh my God.
I believe that one.
Okay, the first one is a lie because I have to believe that A Night in Sickbay is the lowest rated. I have to believe that.
I'm gonna go with number 2. I can believe that Rushdie is in this because I know he's a pretty big nerd, and I can believe that even in season 2 of Enterprise they could talk him into that. So I'm gonna go with number 2.
Maria?
I actually don't. I think we're fully split. I'm going to go with number 3. I do not think that Salman Rushdie is in this episode.
All right, great. So I've got at least 2 of you, which is very exciting.
Right.
Okay.
All right. While we ponder what this week's lie might be, let's hear from one of our sister podcasts on the ESO network.
Hey, Insane Ian, it's Luke Ski. Since you're the announcer, I need you to record a promo saying that my Animation and Stuff podcast has joined the ESO network. Say something about how I'm an animation industry storyboarder, writer, and voice actor, and that in each episode I'll be discussing animated shows, movies, and other pop culture stuff with a different guest co-host each episode, like our fellow comedy musicians Devo Spice, Tony Goldmark, Carrie Dalby, and you. And each show ends with awesome comedy music tracks. And keep it under 30 seconds or Kevin Eldridge will give you a Chicken Town beatdown. I need it in the next 27 minutes. Okay, thanks, bye.
Luke Ski's Animation and Stuff podcast.
All right, Rebecca, what you got?
Okay, we open on a bluesy harmonica casting across space and time. Where is this harmonica coming from? We don't know. Its soulful wail tells us this is no ordinary Star Trek. This is a redneck Star Trek. We cut to the interior of the ship. A white guy is playing the harmonica. He's killing it. We've learned his name is Commander Tucker, and he's here to make some repairs and play harmonica, and he's all out of harmonica.
Trip plays the harmonica?
That would have been a good storyline.
Is he playing one-handed while he uses an Astro wrench on the...
No, but someone calls him over the intercom telling him they need him to make repairs. And
knock it off with the harmonica.
And boom, cut to credits.
Oh my God, that was
I'm so intrigued.
Short.
What are the repairs? Is he going to finish the song? Will he be joined by banjo and guitar? I don't know. I'm sticking through the theme song to find out.
Sorry, I can't believe that was the whole cold open.
That's it. That's the opening. That's
amazing.
The opening. This
that.
guy
Okay.
named Commander Tucker playing the harmonica. I know his name is Commander Tucker because that's what they called him on the intercom.
Okay.
They said, Commander Tucker, we need your help with some repairs. And he said, fuck this harmonica. Let's go to work. And I'm like, yes, give me more.
All right. Well, that brings us to the theme song, which means, Jamie, it is time for your Diane Warren update of the week.
All right. So before we get to that, Rebecca, what did you think of the theme song?
I fucking hated it. I hated it. I hated it the first time I heard it. I was like, what the fuck is this? Why are there words? Why are there words? There are no words in space. There is just an orchestral, semi-inspirational song that makes me want to create a better humanity that transcends Earth and spreads socialism to the stars. And did you know the actual words are, which I didn't even pay attention to back the first time I saw it, but this time I was like, are they saying faith of the heart? Faith to believe? Like, what the fuck is this? Star Trek for the 700 Club? Like, what about faith in a socialist utopia where reason and science reign supreme? What the fuck is this? I hated it.
Rebecca, does it make you feel any better that this song was originally in the movie Patch Adams?
Oh, a movie I fucking hated? Wow, what are the chances? Like, was Tucker playing the harmonica in Patch Adams too? Because was Patch Adams before or after Enterprise?
So the song was written for. So Diane Warren wrote this song for the movie Patch Adams, and then Brandon and Braga, one of them, came to her and was like, we have this new Star Trek show. We need a song for it. And she was like, oh my God, I have the best song. But I don't like who sang, because the person who sang it for Patch Adams was
Rod
Stewart.
Wasn't it Rod Stewart?
Yes.
Yeah. So instead of Rod Stewart, they got...
So she went and
Russell
got
Watson.
this other guy because she was working on an album with him.
I can hear Rod Stewart singing it. Did that get airplay back then? Because
almost certainly.
I feel like I've heard it, but I did not even connect it to this garbage that this like...
I've actually never heard the Rod Stewart version now that I think about it.
I mean, I can hear it in my head, and maybe my brain just made it up because my internal monologue is in Rod Stewart's voice. So it's pretty easy for me, actually.
I just love Rebecca's supposition that the reason why all other Star Trek themes are instrumentals is because voices don't travel through space.
Yeah, it's just common sense.
It's
Orchestral
science.
music does.
Yeah.
It's science, Bill.
Yes.
You just don't understand it. Because you have an English degree.
Look it up. Hey, Grok. Is Rebecca correct about this? Yeah.
So today in the Diane Warren update of the week, who again, Diane Warren, for you, Rebecca, is the person who wrote the song, who I happen to have an obsession
For Patch
with.
Adams.
Yep. Okay. So first of all, I do want to mention that the documentary about Diane Warren that previously was only available on Masterclass is now available on other streaming services.
Oh.
Hey!
Apparently, Masterclass just had a
window?
Yeah, a window that I don't know. But you can now watch it on Amazon, Apple, YouTube. You can pay to rent it. I don't really recommend it. I was just thinking, I can now watch it. But you can watch it if you would like to.
I feel like you've given us most of the meat that we really care about.
But in my main Diane Warren news, the last 2 Diane Warren segments, I talked about some revelations from a New York Magazine Vulture interview with Diane Warren by Alex Goldberg that recently came out. And I have one last tidbit for you all. Maria, Bill, do you guys remember when I talked about when Diane Warren got in a little tiff with Beyonce?
Oh, yeah. How could I forget?
Can you summarize it?
Beyonce got nominated for a Grammy for a song that had 23 songwriters on it because the song was filled with samples. And Diane Warren, who writes all of her songs solo, took issue with this, and it turned into a Twitter thing. Beyonce didn't actually get involved, but everybody else in the Twitter in the Bayhive took her to task for that, and Diane Warren eventually apologized.
Thank you. That was a perfect summary. So that happened.
A rare L for Diane Warren, am I right?
Well, not if you're counting Grammys. Oscars, sorry.
So that happened back in 2022. And as far as I know, no one's ever asked her about it. She's never talked about it again until this interview. So at the end of the interview, Alex Goldberg asked her about this. And I also want to mention that she apologized. The Beyonce thing, she did end up apologizing. The producer, The Dream, explained to her why what she said was racist. She was like, I didn't know that. I'm sorry. And it was over until now.
Did she do another racism?
Well, okay.
Not.
Goldman asked her about this and was like, yeah, so, there was that time you said the thing about Beyonce. She replies, quote, yeah, I know it's sampling. And if you sample, you've got to pay the songwriters of the songs you sample. But how many songs did you sample? Well, I saw 24. And I'm just kind of curious what people do, right? And if it's all samples, what did those people do to get credit on the song? And then, oh my God, the Bayhive came after me. It was like, what the fuck did I do? I just said an opinion. But by the way, real songwriters I know are texting me, thank you so much. That's so great that you said that. Well, it kind of freaked me out. There was nothing against Beyonce. I love Beyonce. So basically, she is not sorry, does not understand why what she said was racist.
Right.
And but just said she was sorry to get people off her back.
She did correctly cover her ass, though, by being like, I love Beyonce, so please leave me alone.
She's worked with Beyonce. And that documentary, which happened after all this, Beyonce came on that documentary to talk about how much she loves Diane Warren. So,
which is unheard of for Beyonce.
Yeah. And just to remind everyone, the reason these comments about having 24 writers on the song is racist is because when hip hop was first being created in Harlem in the 1970s, people there just they didn't necessarily have all these instruments and stuff. So instead they would use turntables to mix parts of one record with part of another record. And then people started rapping over it. And this is how we ended up with the hip hop music that we have today. And it's all built off sampling. And so disparaging music that has sampling is basically disparaging music predominantly made by Black people. And it's not good. So
you guys should start a second podcast called Jamie Bernstein Explains Hip Hop as it relates to Diane Warren.
I mean, Jamie has been trying to turn this into a Diane Warren podcast since the very beginning.
Right. First we have to transfer this over to the Diane Warren podcast. Then we have to launch the second podcast. What does Jamie think this action movie is about? Then we can get.
So then Alex Goldberg asked her, it seemed to become an issue about race and mentioned the dream, like tweeting her the history of hip hop to explain it to her. And her response was, he's an asshole.
Wow.
Oof.
Alex Goldman,
Diane.
what makes him an asshole? Diane Warren, I mean, he beat up a woman, which, to be fair, his ex-girlfriend had accused him of abuse. I don't want to go into it because it's not fun for this section, but yeah, that did happen. So then Diane Warren said, that makes him an asshole. Okay, so I want to say this. A guitar is probably cheaper than some of the sampling equipment.
Oh my God.
And
she
you
just
know,
doesn't get it.
how was that racist? The best musicians and writers and artists are Black. It wasn't a racial thing. It was stupid. He was just an asshole. Alex Goldman, do you ever hear a song with many songwriters and think that it sounds like it was written by committee? Diane Warren, yeah, and I'm not going to say what songs, but I'll hear something that's maybe an okay song. I'll look and see who wrote it, and it will have 8 writers. I'm like, really? Wow, what did you guys do? But I'm not going to judge anybody. So basically, she learned nothing at all.
And she's definitely going to continue to judge people.
How old is this woman?
She's a
80?
boomer.
She's a boomer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not that excuses it.
No,
but
I do think that there's this idea, like, if she wasn't thinking about race when she said it, then, and she's not a racist person, then she can't say something racist, but she did. So anyways, this needed a whole segment for this response because it was really something. So anyways,
I need a refill of my whiskey for this.
that's it for this week's Diane Warren update of the week.
All right. Thank you, Jamie. So now that the theme song is complete, we can get into the rest of the episode. Rebecca, please proceed.
All right. Well, we come back from that cliffhanger. And, you know, that was a long Diane Warren story. So I don't want the listener to forget, like, what. So I'm just going to recap. A guy was playing the harmonica and then got called to go fix something. And we don't know what it is. Could be anything.
Which leads us into the theme song. Jamie, what's your Diane Warren update of the week?
All right. So we're back and we're on my sexy dream of my childhood, Scott Bakula, Bax, as I call him, and a sexy Vulcan lady who her name is T. Paul, and I know this because wait, is that not her name?
Keep going. Go.
Isn't her name T. Paul?
Only forward, never backwards.
It is. I'm looking at Maria sent me this document, and it's got a picture of her. All right. Well, I was a little disappointed to see her because in the document that Maria sent me to identify each character, T-Paul's nipples are on full alert, and I didn't see her nipples when she appeared here. So I don't know if that's one of the things you guys like to keep track of, but there were no T-Paul nipples.
We do see her nipples quite a bit in this show.
Yeah, that's pretty common.
At least
Well,
I guess
sadly,
twice. So maybe not that common, but we have seen her nipples twice.
it's pretty common for like a UPN show or whatever.
Which is what this was.
Yeah, for Star Trek.
So Scott Bakula and T-Paul, I don't care what Scott Bakula's character's name is, by the way. Okay. He's just Scott Bakula. Okay. So Bax and T-Paul show up, and I was like, well, she is still good looking, but, you know, even without the nipples. So this is probably going to be a sexy ep. And then in the opening credits, I see that the special guest star is Padma fucking Lakshmi.
I'm so excited.
It's so hot, like a very good looking woman. So I was like, and I know that you guys wanted to know like how hot this episode was. And so I already wrote out in my notes like 11 out of 10. We're in. Okay. So the thing that Commander Tucker needed to fix that interrupted his harmonicking was that some Retellians need help with their life support system. What are Retellians, you're asking? Well, they're basically like Klingons, but with a slightly different forehead configuration, and they're like a little nebbish. Like, they're not full-on nerds, but they're definitely like, there's something nebbishy about them, where it's like, okay, these guys are going to be a little annoying and also like very sneaky. No, they're not sneaky. They're trying to be sneaky and failing. They're like,
Got it.
and I get this like as a character actor, I imagine like you're under 3 inches of makeup, right? With your big dumb forehead and your like 80s shoulder pad outfit. And you have to convey sneakiness. You're going to eat that scenery. You're going to go over the top. And so they're like, our life support system. Don't ask us any more questions. Just go fix it. So they explain that they have a passenger. There's 2 of them. And I think they're brothers. I don't know if they said that they were brothers or if I'm just being racist against Retellians. But their names are... hold on, I had to look it up. Goff.
Okay.
Goff is the alpha, and his brother is, I don't know, something else. I'll get to it. But Plyn, Goff and Plyn. And so they explain, those are alien names. I don't know if you knew that. So they explain that they're a cargo vessel, but they have this passenger who required transport, and because it's such a long ride, they had to put her in suspended animation, and her like stasis pod is malfunctioning. So they need somebody to take a look at that, please.
Okay, so she's the precious cargo of the title is this girl.
Yes, that is, you can't get anything past this lady. Jamie has nailed it. The precious cargo is Padma Lakshmi.
It's much faster than the time that Maria guessed that they were in a minefield in the episode called Minefield.
It took them so long to figure out they were in a minefield, you guys.
You're like, did they not look at the name of the episode that they were in?
Didn't they see it on the view screen as they flew past the titles?
Halfway through the episode, and they're like, what is happening? Why are things blowing up around us?
From their perspective, the word was backward. They thought it was Liapnif.
So yeah, they need some help. Oh, and the reason why she's in suspended animation, they're not like going to the Delta Quadrant or anything. That's me displaying my deep knowledge of Star Trek lore.
Well done.
Their shitty cargo ship can only get to warp 2. Like
a piece of shit.
Like fucking losers. So that's why they have to do this suspended animation.
I'm going to be so annoyed if they keep Padma Lakshmi in suspended animation for the whole episode. And they have done this. Rebecca, they had Renee Elise Goldsberry. She is amazing. They brought her on. She had 2 lines. They knocked her out and she was
It was her first TV
the rest of the
acting
episode,
role.
we never even got to see her wake up. But we periodically got to see her passed out body.
I've seen clips of Hamilton, and I think that sounds better than if you had just allowed her to talk.
Oh, no.
That's right. Shots fired. Shots fired, Lids.
Seriously. Rough.
Dual shots fired.
Yeah. Just call me Aaron Burr. Am I right?
By the way, you're dropping Hamilton's. Here's my prediction. They put her in suspended animation because she was a colossal pain in the ass, and they're trying to get rid of her.
Oh, you're very close.
She kept trying to tell them how to cook.
Somehow she's going to wake up and like Trip is going to fall in love with her.
Let me tell you something, Jamie. What if I told you she doesn't need to wake up?
I believe that.
Oh, no. Okay, so because they're a cargo ship, they've jury-rigged their little stasis pod. So Commander Tucker's like, wow, this is crazy, but I can fix this. I have a CPS conduit that might do the trick. I think that's what he said, a CPS conduit. And I'm like, she's not a minor. Oh, is that a thing? EPS conduit? All right, yeah, he probably said that. I have to
report this.
And so everything is in this alien language. And by the way, I did look it up later. This planet has appeared in previous Star Treks, not in this particular series. And I actually didn't write it down, so I'm not going to remember. But it was in like Next Generation, I think. And the guy who played the guy from that episode is the guy in this episode. So that's fun. Because like how much work is he getting?
That is more
Probably
research than we have ever done for an episode.
Well, you guys, I realize you guys can't do research because then
Yeah.
you would spoil yourself for other stuff. So I used my not a regular member privilege to find some extra fun facts for you.
Thank you for your service.
Anytime, by which I mean this time only and never again. So Commander Tucker cannot read the Retalians' language, so he has to ask the communications officer
Hoshi.
to come help. And so as he's waiting for her, he rubs the ice off of the stasis pod glass,
Oh, no.
and he sees lying there,
Beautiful.
Sleeping Beauty, Padma Lakshmi, and he immediately gets a chubby. Or at least they don't show us the chubby, but it's implied in his eyes. And then the communications officer shows up. Wait, is she in my document?
Hoshi.
Hoshi turns up, and she literally is like, dude, stop sexually harassing the asleep woman with your
unconscious
eyeballs.
woman?
Yeah, like inappropriate. And he's like, oh, what do you mean? Hook, I'm just a dumb hook.
Perfect
That's my
impression.
Yeah, that's my impression of.
Nailed it.
Thank
No
you.
notes.
Yeah. Okay. So next scene, we cut to Scott Bakula chatting with the Retalians. Oh, the Retalians had asked for a hot bath, so we know that they're clean
Okay.
people.
Sorry.
Bath? Like, why can't they take a bath on their own ship?
No one knows. It's never explained.
They literally asked for a bath.
Yeah. But I'm glad they did. I feel like they might have put this in. This might have been ADR because because that was in a previous scene, and in this scene we open with one of them exiting a bathroom and saying, "I hope I didn't deplete your water supply,"
Why?
which is like
Their
a
ship
poop
is
joke
right
if you
there.
don't.
Isn't their ship
if you don't-
attached? Or like
Yeah, their ship
they're-
is attached, and it is a cargo ship, so. You think
Maybe
I
they
don't
only
know.
have sonic showers or whatever. I mean, it's possible,
guess.
but it's weird.
I don't know.
It's
Yeah.
really weird to like go on someone else's ship and be like, can I take a bath on your
I'd love to
ship?"
have a bath, actually. And so Scott Bakula says, wow, okay, you fucking losers can only go to warp 2, so you have to put your passenger in a thing to get to where she's going. And it's going to take them several more months. I think they said 5
Archer.
months to get there. So Scott Bakula's like, let me give you a lift.
He's always trying
And-
to like help people in annoying ways.
What an asshole, am I right? Am I right? This guy.
The problem is every time he tries to help someone, he accidentally commits genocide. So,
Yeah.
you know.
Well, spoiler alert, there is no genocide in this, but that's
Unusual.
probably because the guy says, no, thank you.
Oh.
We just wanted a bath and maybe a meal. He's like, I'll have my personal chef craft you a meal. And I'm like, oh, this is where this is going. Padma Lakshmi is going to come out of
Oh my god, what if she
containment,
is chef?
try this guy's meal, and be like, I have these criticisms.
Oh my God.
And that's going to start like an international space incident. But that is not what happens. Okay, so we are back with Padma Lakshmi and Commander Tucker, who is trying to fix things, when all of a sudden he fucks something up and she's awake. Her eyes are open. She's like, "Bah, let me out of here." Eh.
Does he fuck something up or does he, quote, fuck something up?
Well, it's not really clear whether this was just the natural thing that happened because
it's not
the
clear if
pod
it's
was
incompetence or purposeful.
right. I actually think because he directly or someone directly refers to her as Sleeping Beauty, I like to think that Commander Tucker, I fucked her so hard that she woke up like Sleeping Beauty. Like he couldn't kiss her through the thing, but his like penetrating creep stare, his ogling, like magically woke her up like Sleeping Beauty.
Oh, like in the Anne Rice novels.
Is that what happens in the Anne Rice novels? Wouldn't know.
Never backwards, only forwards.
Okay. So Tucker is like, no, I got to open this pod. So he like gets her pod open just as one of the Retellians like runs back onto the ship because things are like alarms are going off. And he like picks up a wrench and gives Tucker the old knockout. Knocks him out. Boom. Go to commercial. Also, this is where in my notes I wrote, hold on, his name is Trip? His name is Trip Tucker? What the fuck kind of name is Trip Tucker?
Yep.
Stupid.
Yep.
Well, his name is technically Charles.
I did
Trip
like
Tucker.
the third.
Trip is a nickname.
Charles Tucker the
I
third.
don't even remember that. His name is Charles the Third.
Yeah.
Charles Tucker the Third.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was like,
Trip.
so he's like aristocracy? this redneck?
He's Florida
Yeah,
aristocracy.
he's from Florida.
Okay.
To which Maria pointed out that his nickname should be Chuck. He should be Chuck Trucker.
Chuck Tucker would be
Chuck Tucker.
Chuck Trucker is what you actually said.
Just call him Chucker. Just call him Chucker. I'm going to call him that from now on.
Right.
All
So
right.
we've got Bax, Chucker, and T-Paul.
Well, and I immediately have another one for you because we come back from commercial break and in my notes I wrote Brit Tucker has turned up.
You're not wrong.
And I remember this from the first episode. So I have face blindness, and so
Same.
I'm sure Jamie, you have talked about this already. Like they are indistinguishable. These men.
Until they
I don't have it, and we can't tell them
there
apart.
are three white men, and you can tell them apart by their accents because one has just like a typical American, like Midwest accent. One has a Southern accent, and one has a British accent.
Right.
Nonetheless, all of us, including Bill and I, who do not have face blindness, get them mixed up on the regularly, commonly. A year and a half into doing this podcast.
The other thing I remember about this is that because of my initial attraction to Julian Bashir, who does have a British accent as well, I was like, the first time I watched the show when it debuted, I thought, oh, this is the man I'm going to find sexually attractive. And maybe that's why I was so turned off because that man there was nothing there. There was just nothing.
Malcolm, nothing.
Okay, so Britt Tucker shows up because Hick Tucker isn't answering comms. So he's there to be like, where is he? So they have a laser battle. Shoo, 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 shoo. And then...
Who has a laser battle?
Wait,
Trip
Britt
and...
Tucker.
and Trip?
No, Trip
and the alien
still
guy.
knocked out.
Oh, he's down.
Somewhere.
Right.
Malcolm and the aliens are shooting at
Got
shots.
it.
So the alien... okay.
The fucking translator into Enterprise English for everyone.
So one of the Retellians, who I think is like the alpha Retellian, Goff gets back onto the ship while his maybe brother Plyn doesn't make it. I mean, he doesn't make it onto the ship. They don't kill him because I think no one... Well, besides the genocide you mentioned, from this episode, I was thinking, oh, this is like some Doctor Who shit. Nobody's allowed to die.
Oh, no, they kill people.
Oh, no, they kill everybody constantly.
Sometimes they kill people, and then other times they're like, we can't kill people. Killing people's bad.
Well, yeah, this is one of the latter episodes. We'll get into that. So the one Retellian, Alpha Retellian, escapes. He like takes his ship and fucks off with Hick and Padma.
Oh, they're so Trip is still on it when he leaves. Oh, okay.
Yes.
But Pim or Pin or whatever the other guy was is
Pim Cup is on the Enterprise.
Wait, and Padma, is she still in the thing or is she out of the...
No, Hick had opened the thing up and let her out.
So we don't
but we don't know how that's resolved.
Somewhere. Okay.
Yeah, the last we saw was Hick getting knocked out by the alpha.
This is very
Retellian.
exciting.
Yeah, so they're in the weeds, but again, they're on this cargo ship that's slow as fuck. So I'm like, okay, this is going to be the fastest wrap up to a low speed chase ever. It's like a cop running down somebody on a rascal scooter. It's like, okay, just go get them, right? So the Enterprise does in fact go after them.
They're not just like, I guess Trip's gone.
Right, God. Oh well, we have Brit Tucker, so we don't need that one.
We have that one lady engineer whose name they've mentioned before, but we've never seen.
Yeah, well, apparently, so from what I gather, Hick Tucker is like their charisma guy. Does he have charisma? No. Does he have more charisma than the rest of the cast? Yes, which is incredible because Scott Bakula should have more charisma, but
I'm with you.
I don't know.
He's so
he's on something.
And yet somehow.
It's so wrong.
They've got him on like downers or something.
They've got him on bad script is what they have him on.
That's probably it. So they're like, we have to go get Hick. He's our charisma. So they pursue the bucket of junk that is limping away from them.
Are they going to use the grappler? Use the grappler.
That sounds like a sexual assault tool. So no, they do not. But the Retellian, the ship that they're chasing, that ship farts on the Enterprise. And I'm not joking here. I'm not being a little silly Billy.
I believe you. It like something comes out of it.
Yes, it is a green cloud of gas with particulates in it. Like there's matter in there too. That TPO says is dilithium hydroxylase ionized parasulfates, which I think is a type of shampoo.
Not the kind you want because you don't want sulfates.
Yeah,
no,
I was
they're
just about
bad.
to say, yeah, you want sulfate free.
Sir, they're trying to execute us.
Yeah, exactly. So the fart makes the Enterprise unable to go to warp, which leaves Hick and Padma to figure their own shit out. So next scene, we're back with the Retellians. We're back with like Hick is waking up from his convenient knockout. Do they still do that on TV, by the way?
All the time.
Do they?
Yeah,
I don't watch
100% it still happens on television.
That's so funny. It's like if you just tap somebody in the right spot, they will just go out and
then
they'll
they
wake up
and they're fine.
They're fine. No CTE. Okay. So this is the one part where I legitimately laughed. So Trip wakes up. He's like, coming to. And then Padma hits him with a wrench again.
Yes, Padma. She gets it.
So now he gets his memory back according to the rules of TV getting hit on the head.
Yeah. Now he's like, oh yeah, this I'm here. Okay. Yeah, he doesn't get knocked out this time. So Goff, the Alpha Retellian, who's on the ship with Padma and Hick.
Wait, what does Padma look like?
Oh, she's the most beautiful creature on the planet.
Does she just look human?
Oh, in
or
the
does
universe.
She
Is she an
have,
alien?
Does she have, like alien features?
Okay. This is such a great question because, again, this took me a while. This is further down in my notes because I didn't even care. I was just like, oh, it's Padma. She's her own species. It's fine. Mm-hmm. No one else looks like that. By the way, I'm very attracted to Padma Lakshmi. I don't know
How can you not be?
Hot take.
Yeah.
Yeah, really. Way to go out on a limb there, Rebecca.
So it literally did not even occur to me that she's supposed to be an alien, which she is, which we're about to get to. She is not a human. And it took until like the end of the episode and a close-up of her face for me to make the note, oh, she's got those spots like Jadzia Dax. Is she actually like a Klingon? But no, that's also deep cut joke. But because the spots aren't Klingon, it doesn't matter. But no, she is this other species that we've never met before. And you can tell because like, you know, Jadzia's dots are they're fairly prominent. They're clearly just prominent enough to be like, hey, I'm an alien, but I'm a hot woman.
Especially Enterprise, every hot woman alien, they have to like it's either just like a very, very tiny, barely there forehead bump or a couple little dots that are mostly covered by their hair.
That's what this
Okay.
is. Mostly
Okay.
covered by her hair. Very, very light, speckly, like dots along the side of her face. Like, don't you touch the main part of her beautiful human face. We've just got some little dots
So
on the side.
Enterprise, they can never come across other humans because they have the only Warp 5 ship. Other humans can't
Right.
get out this far. So
That makes sense.
They can't, because they can't have humans on. They have to have
Right.
sexy aliens that look 99% human.
How great would it be if it was just Padma Lakshmi, but they gave her those fucked up Klingon teeth where everything is going different directions?
That would have been fucking incredible. And actually, I mean, okay, put a pin in that because I had a similar thought later. We'll get into it. Okay, so Goff wants Hick to fix her pod and throw her back in. And so she's kind of subdued now. Goff has taken her
interesting.
wrench away, and he's like,
But
fix her
she's
pod.
conscious, right?
Yes, she's now awake. Oh, and by the way, she's also...
Oh yeah, what's she
I can't
wearing?
believe I forgot.
I
I
also
can't believe I
melting.
forgot. I can't believe I forgot to tell
This
you
is
what
so
she's wearing. So it's 1997 and it's her junior prom. Okay.
I know. You actually tell me to say anymore. I know.
Yeah, she's got. She has like a floor length with a slit.
Oh, okay.
Like cocktail
Yeah.
prom dress.
I mean, I had my
and high heels,
prom in
strappy high
2002,
heels.
and so very closely, I know exactly.
Yeah, you should just include a picture of you at your prom as
the
part
show
of this episode's. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
I know you literally said 1997, but I switched in my head to when I graduated, which is in late 80s. I was hoping she had giant puppy sleeves.
Oh, with the big sleeves. That would be, that would be
And a
so,
bouffant hair.
Lots of lace.
that would be so incredible. That would have made it so much better. Unfortunately, no. But she is dressed like she just came from a party. So, yeah, she is awake but subdued, and Hick has no weapons or anything. So this one guy is like, fuck you, fix the pod, get her ass back in there. Maybe I won't kill you. And he's like, okay. And this is where I learned his name is Charles Tucker III. I think that's how he introduced himself to Padma.
Weird.
Which is just such a stupid fucking name.
Clicks his heels together, makes a deep bow.
Has he said that on the show before? Did we know his name was Charles because of the internet, or has he ever said that? I don't think.
No, I feel like he said it.
He said it in Shuttle Pod
Oh.
1.
Oh,
All I know is that it might have shown up on a screen or something, but this is the point where I wrote, wait, his name is Charles Tucker III. Where the fuck did Trip come from? What the fuck?
He's a mystery.
So Goff leaves, and Goff is like, I'll just trust you two to get back to work on this situation while I go do something else. And so Hick is like, I have a universal translator. I'm going to find it because he and Padma cannot understand each other. And he's like,
Women, am I right?
it looks, yeah. There's one's from Mars and one is from wherever the fuck Padma Lakshmi's from, where they have tiny dots on their face that you can't see because of their
India?
hair. India, that's right.
Men are from Mars, the women are from India. Well, no wonder.
Okay. I'm glad you mentioned that because
Why are you putting all these spices in everything?
so there's one other thing I almost included in the two truths and a lie. While I was looking this up on like the IMDb trivia for this episode, I swear to God, it was like Padma is the 5th person from India to ever appear on any
What?
Star Trek show.
I'm sorry. There were like 130 episodes of TNG, 130 episodes of Deep Space Nine, however
Well,
many episodes of
how?
TOS, and then all of whatever Voyager.
I mean, she's from India. I mean, it's like Patrick Stewart is from England.
Born there, but raised in England, I think. I'm not sure.
Well,
but
I think that's the point that they're making.
But no, it was like this
But
is
the only person of Indian origin?
Yeah, how do you even do that? Like incredible.
I can tell you one other of
you
those
got?
people
Who
is
you got?
Persis Kambata, who was in
Star Trek: The Motion Picture,
the motion picture.
Oh,
The beautiful bald lady.
and of course Khan Noonien Soong.
okay.
Oh, yeah? How dare you? How dare you, sir? You almost had me
You
there
fell
for a
for
minute.
it. You were right
For
there
a
with
moment,
me.
I was like, wait, what?
Hey, Maria, did you know gullible's not in the dictionary?
Fuck. I'm the editor this week. I'm editing it all out.
That's the stinger.
Yeah.
Okay, so they find the universal translator after some sexy glances and back and forth. It starts working. So we learn that Padma is a princess.
Of course she is.
Of course.
Who is going to be ascending the throne shortly, and she was on a diplomatic mission when she was taken hostage by the Retillians, who will be looking for a ransom. And in my notes, I write, okay, she's Princess Leia. I did not even realize how on the nose I was about this.
Okay.
Oh, no.
But they've only got a half an hour. They make it really clear. So Hicks says he wants to break out and get into an escape pod. And she says, no, we need to wait for her parents to just pay the ransom and then they'll be fine.
Oh, so she's in on the kidnapping.
No, okay. So Maria, that's such a great point. Because what you have just said, if anyone in the writer's room had said that at the time, this would not be considered the worst episode of Enterprise until season 3.
No spoilers.
And it would not have been voted the 10th worst episode in all of Star Trek by convention goers at a Las Vegas Star Trek convention in August of 2016, voted on by fans. The 4th worst episode of the entire series of Enterprise.
Is this just a ripoff of the TOS episode, the one with Francis Nian? The one where the bratty, like...
I don't know what you're talking about.
None of us do, Bill.
Is that an episode of Enterprise?
No, it's the original series. Other listeners will know what I'm talking about. It sounds like a ripoff of an original series episode.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what it is a ripoff of is fucking Star Wars. Because she is channeling Leia and he is channeling Han.
Did the sleeves of Trick's uniform get ripped off and he has a little vest on?
No, we'll get to the outfits.
Okay, good.
But she does say at one point that he is her only hope. It's insanely on the nose.
Are you shitting me?
It is insane. He says, with all due respect, I'm not one of your subjects. And I wrote, damn, we're just gonna speed run Star Wars. Okay.
This is one of our Melrose Place writers putting that in there and go, I wonder if anyone will get this sly reference I'm putting in
this subtle. Have any of you
sneaky.
seen the indie film A New Hope? No? Okay.
It's this really old movie called Star Wars.
Gonna blow your mind. So yeah, they're starting to do the will they, won't they, royalty commoner thing.
Trip and every pretty lady.
I am here for it. You will not appreciate this, Rebecca, but Trip is my himbo golden lab boy, and I absolutely love him. I cannot wait to see this.
Yeah,
Well-
we on this podcast are Trip fans. We love Trip. He's our favorite.
Well, he's
our beautiful
because
himbo.
he's the charisma guy. Like,
Please keep in mind that
your
we are
standards-
victims of Stockholm
yes,
syndrome.
your standards have been lowered so far that you're like, this is the most beautiful man I've ever seen. He has so
Love
much
him.
personality and charisma.
Love him.
Okay, but I am not in that space.
No, we appreciate that.
So keep that in mind. Let's put a pin in that sexual tension and cut back to the spaceship known as the Enterprise.
Rebecca wakes up at 3 a.m. tomorrow morning. It's like, maybe I should check out one more episode with this Trip Tucker guy.
Trip Tucker say, what else can you blow other than that harmonica? So we're back on the Enterprise. They have caught Plyn, the beta, and they are interrogating him, according to my notes, like fucking pussies. Like, they are just asking him politely, hey, where did your brother go? It's Scott Bakula and T-Pong. And they're just like, where did they go? He's like, I don't know. And he's like, oh, okay. And then right after I made that note, Bax goes nuclear, and he says, go throw him in an airlock and open the other side.
Sounds like Archer.
That's our Archer.
And I was like, hell yeah, now we're talking. Blow this motherfucker out the airlock. So now I'm like on board, but now we cut back to Hick and Padma. And what I wrote here in my notes is commoner royal romance arc, banter, banter, banter.
Yeah.
Sure.
Padma insists she wants to stay with the kidnappers. Hick finally
Why?
convinces
I don't
her.
understand.
It's insane. It makes no sense. It makes no sense.
What?
She's like, yeah, I would actually like to go back into this janky ass life support pod for 5 months as they take me to my parents who will pay them a lot of money and then I'll be fine.
She's the bratty princess who just assumes that her parents are going to take care of everything.
Yes. And so Hick is like, no, we can get away. I'm going to like use my engineering knowledge to scramble their stuff so they won't notice that we are taking this escape pod.
I can blow up their life support system on the ship and then they'll have to. Wait, what am I?
Yeah, no, I wish. No, he's like, I'm just going to like, and we're just going to, So she's like, okay, that makes sense to me. So he leads her through like the tubes, you know, they're busting out. She needs help getting down from one of the tubes.
Of course.
So, you know, he has to like grab her by the waist and now they're hugging. Now they're hugging.
Yeah.
This
Will
is the Trip
they?
storyline.
Won't they? Okay. So they climb into the escape pod and this is going to shock you guys. But the escape pod, turns out, only meant for one person.
What? Oh, no, that's crazy. No, there's no way. There's no way that two people could possibly fit.
Quick storyline. Many years ago, a guy friend of mine booked a room for us to stay in share in a city we didn't live in. And he acted surprised when we checked in and there was only one bed. This is what that is, but in space. So Padma and Hick get in the escape pod and they cross the subspace threshold. I don't know what that means, but it's bumpy. There's bump.
Also, the ceremony that she was stolen from was almost certainly that she's getting married. And this is going to be like at the end, Trip's going to kiss her and then she's going to be like, "Oh, but I have to leave because I have to go back to get married."
So, yeah, it's bumpy. They're bumping into each other.
Nice work if you can get it.
And so they say, okay, they need to find a place to hide. And so Hick finds a system that has like habitable planets about a day away. And so he sets
the Bespin system. Lando. The Lando system? No.
So now we have like a period where they're just like trying to like move around this pod and they're constantly like in each other's faces and touching each other. And she says at one point that he should move his butt. So like whatever species she is, they do have butts. That's what we figured out.
She actually says butt?
She says butt. And then he says, what? And she says, you're sitting on my hand.
Excellent.
Oh my God.
I'm blown away. I'm out.
You're out. And she does, like, during the bumpiness, she does scream, Mr. Tucker!
Oh my God.
So I did a little bit of a silliness with, I did a little tricksiness on you there because what I had said was Padma Lakshmi sits on Trip's hand and screams Mr. Tucker, but I didn't say it happened at the same time.
That's
but it would have been funnier if it had.
Oh.
But at one point she does go, Mr. Tucker! And it's very sexual.
He starts chasing her around the desk and yakety sax plays in fast motion.
Yeah. Yep. Okay, so then we cut back to the Enterprise, the ship that the show is about.
Oh, thank you. Oh my God, that's what it's... That makes so much sense.
You thought it just meant business venture.
It was the Enterprise of going into space and how they were.
Yeah, no, it's actually the name of the ship. We are in a giant room with no furniture. It's very dark. It's a huge room, and all that's in there is a comically small table with an even more comically small chair. And Bax is there the crew members bring the prisoner to him, Pips. I forget his name, Mr. Pips.
I thought they were gonna put him in the air. Now he knows.
That's what I thought. Put him in an airlock. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
No.
And now he knows that they weren't serious about it.
Yes, correct. Yeah. So they bring in Mr. Pips.
Even worse, they're going to subject him to Scott Bakula's one-man show.
Bill?
Oh, God.
You get a point back. You lost a point on the 2 truths and a lie, but I'm happy to tell you, you get a point back because what I literally wrote in my notes was, oh, this is great, like when the Little Rascals put on a show.
That's a pull.
So Bax dismisses the rest of the crew and tells Mr. Pips to sit in the chair. I forget his real name. His name's Mr. Pips. So
Flynn.
It's fine.
So Mr. Pips sits in the comically small chair, which I don't know why. I just found it really funny. It was such a tiny little chair in such a giant room with no other furniture. So he
and
sits
this sounds
in the
like
chair.
a room we've never seen before, by the way. Like
It looked like maybe it's used as a conference room or something, but all of the furniture had been taken out. Like they put work into this. Like Bax told T-Paul and the others, like, hey, get this conference table out of here. I just want one tiny chair and one slightly larger table. And then I want you guys to fuck off. Like this was a setup. So Bax tells Mr. Pips that he's going to get a tribunal. And Mr. Pips is like, what? No. And I'm confused because I'm like, didn't you just, like, you were just in a room on the other side of an airlock. Like, the other thing was you could get shot out of an airlock. So, yeah, he's upset. He's like, how dare a tribunal? And I'm like, you should welcome a tribunal. Okay, whatever. But then Bax starts lying about how bad the punishment from the tribunal will be. Because the tribunal, he explains, it's kind of a show. And he says that T-Pole is already there because the Vulcans want judicial oversight to make sure that they're doing things correctly. And she is like super hardcore. And I swear to God, Scott Bakula claims that he has murdered 7 of his own crew members just for being idiots. Like,
here's the problem. I'm not sure that's not true and we just haven't seen it.
Right. 7 crew members may have died from being idiots.
No, he's like, if you're late for a shift, we take off a pinky. Like, you know, he's like going through these punishments that supposedly happened. And then he's like,
I hate Archer.
And he's like, we started with 83 people and now we have 77.
Oh my God.
I need to pause you for a second, Rebecca. Guys, this plays into my theory that this is actually a series about the Terran Star Empire from the Mirror Universe.
Yeah.
And that this is actually true.
For sure.
Okay, so Scott Bakula brings up the fart cloud, and he's like, your brother hit us with the fart cloud, and that fucked up a bunch of our systems. That's probably going to be the death penalty. And he's like, but, you know, I need T-Po to come in here and weigh in on this. So he brings her back in, and she's like wearing ceremonial robes, and she goes up to...
New T'Pol outfit.
She goes up to Mr. Pips and she goes, hey, how much do you weigh? And he's like, you know, I don't know, 75 kilos or whatever. And she's like, how tall are you? And he's like 1.75 meters or whatever. I don't know, metric.
Yeah.
16 stone.
Right. She's like, cool. I just need to know basically like to kill you the correct way. And Mr. Pips he just breaks down. He's like, no. He's like, you need to consult with my government consulate and stuff.
Wait,
I'm sorry. Are there any questions?
What are T'Pol's robes? What is she wearing?
She just looks more like a formal judge type of person.
Oh.
Like she's just trying to look more official, I think.
Oh, God. Does she look like John Delancey in the first episode of TNG? Does she have the big black pillbox hat? And
No, they don't go that hard. They don't go that hard. It's just some flowing robes, and you can't see your nipples. That's all I remember.
I do love T'Pol making shit up.
Yeah.
I think this is the first time we've ever seen her in something that was not form-fitting. Am I wrong?
Not skin tight.
Oh, yeah. That was a bit of a disappointment, if I'm being honest. But I did like the Little Rascals courtroom drama because, like, they're like threatening to blow him out an airlock didn't work. let's threaten him with a Vulcan judicial system. He's like, oh no, please no, sir.
Does he ring the little bell? Ding ding.
Yeah. He's like, oh, I'll give it up. So, like, T-Po leaves, and Scotty Bax is like, okay.
How is this going on so long?
She's like, she owes me a favor. Okay. So, I guess I could pull some strings for you if you give us the warp signature that your brother used.
Wait, so this is somehow good cop, bad cop. But he was bad cop. And then Topolka was also bad cop, but now he's suddenly switched to good cop.
Correct.
Sense. Okay.
Oops, all bad cops.
In the IMDb fun trivia section for this episode, it says the technique used by Scotty Bax and T-Po is known as good cop, bad cop. Is it? like it's
Checks
so
out.
fucking dumb. Okay, so now we cut back to the escape pod where Padma sucks water out of a Camelback brand water bladder, and I got wet. I was like, I have that bladder. You could suck some water out of my Camelback branded water bladder.
Okay, calm down.
And
Pants on, Rebecca.
and then Hick starts telling her stupid Hick stories about being a Hick, where like he's like, well, you know, when I was in the swamp back in Florida, I used to kiss a girl. And she was like, oh, I've never been on a date because I'm just a princess. And here's the point where she's like, well, a couple of years ago, I was courted by someone. And then I'm sorry, I got distracted. I don't remember what it was. I don't know, like maybe my dog was just like rolling on his back and showing his tum-tums or something. But she told some story about being courted for a minute.
Oh. I'm sorry, this is what happened to you. This is not the continuation of the monologue she was giving. Okay,
No.
sorry.
No, I don't know what she said because then I was like, should I rewind? And I thought this is the most boring. Like, I could rewind to her sucking water out of that Camelback, but then I get distracted again and it's over. So I just went forward. So I don't know what happened there. Make a note. This is something you guys can cover in your follow-up episode.
Yeah, we will.
Sure.
What was so important about Padma's story? Who gives a fucking
The answer
shit?
is no, nothing.
Yeah. So they find a habitable planet to hide out on, and landing is bumpy. Oh, this is where Padma screams Mr. Tucker and grab. Okay, and he says, pretty bumpy, grab hold of something. So
And
she grabs him. Which
yeah,
is like,
she does.
Which is like, cool it, Padma. Like, he's fucking trying to save your lives, like piloting down to this.
They're still in a escape pod, right?
Yeah, there's no room, but she still could have grabbed, like, I don't know,
Anything else?
anything
Because
else.
it's so
Anything
small that she's near
Yeah.
all the other things.
Yeah,
Anything else
no.
that's actually like tied down, welded down, versus Trip, who is the
She
only
grabs
thing
the
that's
man
not.
that's trying to save her life. Yeah. So they land and they open the doors and it's Dagobah.
Excellent.
It's fucking Dagobah. It's the Florida fucking swamp. Okay.
Fantastic.
Amazing.
Trip is in his element.
Hick quips, "This is nothing compared to a summer in the Everglades."
Of course he
Fantastic.
does.
And I wrote, "Okay, Hick, calm down."
You all listening to this episode can't see this, but every time Rebecca does a Trip impression, she has her jaw stuck out as if she has a chewing tobacco stuck in there. It's kind of amazing.
I know the skull look. All right. So Hick has been cut by some bit of stuff. I don't know. He's bleeding from his shoulder. So Padma demands that he remove his uniform.
Yeah.
Nice.
But like a fat kid at the community pool, he tells her angrily, no, I'm keeping my clothes on.
That's
And
unlike Trip.
This is
That's very unusual
It's
for
in
Trip.
every single like romantic comedy
Yeah.
cliche. If you ask ChatGPT, take the
Yeah.
show Enterprise and make an episode that's a romantic comedy, like this is what it would give you. Like the lowest common denominator, just like stick every cliche in.
Okay, maybe this is a good point to, because I didn't want to spoil this too early. But the reason why this is one of the worst Star Trek episodes of all time, like when I think of worst Star Trek episodes, like I said in the beginning, like I haven't seen them all, but I've seen like a lot of Voyager. And there's an episode where Tom Paris and Janeway turn into lizards and fucking have eggs.
That is
And-
the only thing that I know about Voyager.
yeah, and like that
That's
episode,
all you need to know.
it is
Only
so
thing I know.
bad. But it's so
So bad.
funny. Like, it's so
Yeah.
fucking funny. And it's stuck in my brain 20 years later, right?
Yeah.
This is not that episode. This episode is bad because it is so fucking obvious and boring. Like, it's so boring. It is literally Han Solo and Princess Leia with none of the chemistry. This is like my college career. No chemistry. And I mean that, but I meant it in terms of classes I had to take, but also like I was not really getting laid. But I can see that Trip is a kind of, okay, in the context of this show, he's a wildly attractive man.
Correct.
Sure.
In
But
the
now he's
context of
faced
the
with
show.
an actual 10 out of 10. And there is no chemistry at all. Like their banter is just lifted from from Moonlighting, from Star Wars, from every other rascally man and stuck up from the Uptown Girl. This is the Uptown Girl of Star Trek episodes. Like, oh, you're Billy Joel and she's that model that
Christy Brinkley.
thank you. And even they would it'd probably be more fun watching disgusting elderly Billy Joel make out with Christy Brinkley than it was to watch these two, like this LA6 and a Earth 10 make out, which they do. Okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. Okay.
You are.
So
Please tell me it takes them 10 years to find them on this planet, and Trip has built like a mansion in the jungle.
I
They have
wish.
like monkey servants and
I wish. He
4
does.
kids.
The best I can tell you is that he does eventually take off his uniform.
Excellent.
Yeah.
She convinces him.
Does he only take it off like the top part and then tie it around the waist?
Yes.
Okay.
Correct.
And then
Yes.
does he
My boy.
have the black? He has the black button down underneath, and does it have sleeves or not?
Very
no
important.
no sleeves.
No sleeves.
Okay.
Yeah. So later we get to see him in a singlet, which I believe was sleeveless.
Is it
but this
blue
is something
or black? Later, it's the blue.
This is why I was supposed to watch the episode several times before doing
it's
this.
fine.
The whole thing
It's
is
just
their
very
underwear is
noticeable.
blue.
Yeah.
Strangely, Jamie,
All right.
I did not make a note of the color of his onesie.
This is important data.
Underpants are very blue.
Yeah,
I
and
feel
we
like
see
you would
their
have
underpants
noticed.
all the time. Like, Rebecca, what is
Oh.
the color of the crew's underpants on Voyager or DS9 or TNG?
I don't.
I don't know either.
I
On
don't
this
know.
show,
I don't
we
know.
see them in their underwear all of the time, so we know exactly what their underwear looks like.
There was an episode where Trip had to save the ship in his underwear for half the episode.
They clearly value this actor and his body because yeah, he strips and I think it's supposed to be a like, ooh moment, but watching it in 2025 when we expect even our TV show men to be on steroids and severely dehydrated
Right.
if they're going to strip. And so I actually found it a little refreshing where
yeah,
it's
I was like, oh,
oh,
wow, I like this better.
Yeah, he looks like a normal guy. My only disappointment was that he is like a bowling ball, just like shaved down to the skin. Not a single hair exists. And he's really like a product of, it's so specifically that time period. It was the time period where we hated hair on men, but we wanted them to be like a little beefy, but not like super rich.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm really sad that this episode seems to not have any Travis. And yes, there is, in addition to Trip, there is a character called Travis.
I thought you were talking about. I was like, wait, was that his real name?
There's
Travis
different character
is a black
named
guy.
Travis.
Oh, the black guy who on the thing that Maria sent me.
Did you write Muscles Mayweather on there, Maria?
I didn't because I put that together before.
Oh,
It's labeled as American accent, which Maria, just write black guy. Just write black guy.
It doesn't help. No,
He's the
it
only
doesn't
black
help.
guy.
we mix him up all the time because his name is Travis, and there's also a Trip, and so we mix him up. We mix up Trip and Travis all the time.
But this is the only black guy, right? I mean, he's
And
not
yet
in the
somehow
episode.
We mix it.
Yet
He's not
somehow.
in any episode. Is the problem?
Oh, I see. He is very good looking.
He's very good looking, and he is
his
ripped.
arms.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
enough about Travis.
Enough about the guy that is not in this episode at all, but I wish I wish he had been. So Padma sexily cleans his wounds while Trip just looks confused. He just looks like a pale, sweaty monkey who has never been touched by a woman before. And he just has this look on his face that's like,
Yep.
hold on. Is this happening?
Yeah, this is like the third time we've seen him do this, so we know.
Okay. But then suddenly, mood change. There's no reason. But suddenly Padma's sulking. He said he just asked her to go find dry wood. She comes back and throws wood at him. I don't want to find dry wood. I'm like, well, have you tried looking in his onesie? Because it's there. Go fishing. Take a fucking
it ain't
hint,
dry.
Padma. It's not dry anymore. That's true. But now she's angry and she's back to being a princess. She's like, I don't go get wood. Commoners get wood like you.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
And Hick is like, fuck you. I'm the king of the swamp. I saved you.
Trip Tucker, Swamp King. Rebecca, you mentioned that her dress had a slip up the side. Has she taken the dress and tied it off to the side?
Yes. Yes. The dress has now been cut. And it's been cut off, I think, at the slit now.
Yes.
So now she's, oh, you're not the king of the swamp. And he's like, you should give me a medal. Like they gave medals, like Princess Leia gave medals to the guys at the end of Return of the Jedi. And she's like, I haven't seen that movie. It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist in this universe. And he's like, I don't care. Give me a medal. And so she takes a swing at him, like literally goes to like punch him in the face, and he grabs her
and then
wrist.
they're gonna fall,
And now they're struggling,
and then
and they back up, and then they fall into the swamp. They fell into the swamp.
Yep. Cannot wait. Cannot
Get all
fucking wait. And then the
muddy.
crocodile comes up.
And then there's a
Trip has to
crocodile.
fight the crocodile.
Excuse me, it's an alien smocodile. Okay.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I forget we can't have alien species.
Yeah.
We can't have Earth species in space. My bad.
So they pop up out of the swamp, and then she kisses him, and then he kisses her. Okay. Next scene.
We might need to put this on YouTube.
No. I know we normally do a screenshot from the episode, but I think we just need to do a screenshot of Rebecca's tongue kissy face as the promo.
I have a very short tongue. It actually fucks up my teeth and is the reason why I have retainers. I just want to put that out there because, like, I don't
Sorry
want
for
to
not respecting your culture.
I just don't want to get judged by people that are like, why is their tongue only like a little bit out? That's as far as it goes. All right.
Nobody thinks that.
I still give decent blowjobs.
Okay.
Sorry, this is my second whiskey.
Hey, Maria, can we Photoshop Phlox's tongue from the previous episode?
Don't you dare. Don't you dare. I'll sue.
I would
sue for
never do
defamation.
that to you.
I will shut down this podcast.
I love you, and I would never do that to you. It's so disgusting.
This is
Next
somehow
scene.
not our dirtiest podcast recording ever.
Oh, all right. Well,
There's an
I'll amp it
alien
up.
made out of jizz in an episode.
there.
Oh
Jizz
my
and
god, there
packing
was so
tape,
much
yeah.
jizz in that
I
episode.
should listen to this podcast. This is
Oh, shit, we're really
Now
funny.
we've sold her. Maria, why didn't you tell her? Okay, I know you're not going to listen to this podcast, but what if I told you
Alien
It's a good
made
phrase.
out of jizz.
there was an alien made out of jizz and packing tape?
All right, I'm listening.
Go on.
And Scott Bakula is captured by it.
This is what I was hoping was going to happen in shit, look at this. Necessary Roughness. Maria, can you edit that? So edit out
Yes.
the part where I couldn't remember the name of it, because then it'll be funny.
Absolutely.
And could you actually just leave this whole thing in, because that makes it funnier.
Yeah. A big part of the editing work is making us funnier by cutting out pauses.
But in this case, I think you should leave-
try to remember the reference. Yeah.
Leave the whole thing in, because I think that will ultimately be
Agreed.
funnier. What a fucking idiot I am. Okay, so next scene. Hick is in a onesie and Padma is in a slip, and it looked amazing.
Of course it did.
The
on
devil,
her.
you say? Wait. Are you telling me that Padma Lakshmi wearing underwear looked amazing on camera?
Yes.
I'm going to need video evidence. I'm sorry. This is the lie. This is the lie that Rebecca is trying to slip into the episode.
No, it's true, and you should go look long and hard.
Oh, we will.
So to speak. And so, like, I got from this scene, like, okay, they've just fucked.
Right, they
like,
fucked, right?
Yeah,
Mud,
yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
It was some swamp fucking, is what you're saying.
I literally wrote swamp fuck. They did a
Thank
swamp
you.
fuck. And then I said it would have been equally sexy had they chosen to cast a boa constrictor instead of Padma Lakshmi. Because, like,
I'd be into it.
there was just no chemistry. There was
So
no
sad.
chemistry. Yeah, I was so disappointed.
That's really
So-
disappointing.
Is this the point where we see Salman Rushdie standing in the background watching them?
No. So they wake up because they hear a beep coming from a homing beacon on the escape pod. And Trip is like, I should smash this immediately. And I'm like, well, but how do you think the Enterprise is going to find, like, how?
Yeah.
What is your
Enterprise-
plan?
What?
Yeah, you're just on this in a swamp.
Oh,
Like,
no.
He's like, no, I am spending the rest of my life here with this woman who
Yeah,
is
no.
stuck
Thank
here,
you, Jamie.
and
No,
therefore-
Trip knows it's the Enterprise. That's-
Right. He's
Yeah,
like,
Trip's like, we live here now,
I
sorry.
have everything I need.
He does
Trip
talk.
reveals-
He does talk about how he grew up in the swamp and they will not starve. So I think you're absolutely right. He's like, "Fuck the Enterprise. I'm gonna fuck Padma Lakshmi until I die from a beluga gator or whatever."
It would be so amazing if he just had like gator carcasses strung up to tan and stuff, and she's like wearing like an outfit made out of gator
Made out of
leather.
Ewoks.
Exactly.
She's wearing like a fur coat made out of Ewoks.
She has her hair up and there's a bone through it to hold it up. Yeah.
Archer gets there and is like, how long have you guys been here? And they're like, oh, it's been like 40 minutes.
30 minutes. Hey, can you guys fuck off for at least another 40?
Can you just...
I got one more in me, if I'm being honest. Okay.
Sit yourself down. I got some barbecue going.
Okay. So he smashes it, but it's too late. They hear some rustling in the woods, and they're like, somebody's here. So then we do a cut. Yeah. And we see Alpha Retellian going. Thank you. Goff moving through the woods and looking for the beacon. And then Goff looks up, and there he sees Trip sitting by the fire. So he raises his blaster, blasts his head off. It was a coconut.
Trip's head was a coconut this entire time.
I mean, that explains so much.
The whole time it was just a coconut. Gilligan.
Suddenly, the three of us flash back and realize, wait, Trip's head was a coconut this entire time.
Now that I think about it...
We've done like 2 years of Grammy reports of Diane Warren. I guess, yeah, his head was a coconut this entire time.
Has anybody ever actually seen him like speak? No, it's actually always been over the shoulder ADR.
Multiple away missions. He got pregnant. This entire time he's had a coconut.
Coconut explodes. Cut to treetops looking down on Goth. It's Trip. He set a trap. He jumps down. He surprises him. Jumps on his back. Punch, punch, punch. Oh, now they're brawling. Goth gets the best of him. Shoves his head down into the swamp. How can this be? He's the king of the swamp. It doesn't matter. The Rebellion is losing. But thankfully, Padma finds finally, a dry piece of fucking wood and hits Goth over the head and knocks him out in the typical way that people are knocked out on this show and others from their era and apparently today.
Well, I guess it's a good thing she found that. He sent her out to find that dry wood now, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. The note I made for that fight was, this is 50% less sexy than the previous swamp fight where they ended up making
Only
out.
50%.
There's no chemistry.
I was going to say,
there's no
does that
chemistry.
mean that the previous one was not sexy or that this one was actually pretty sexy?
Yes. Look, I'm into nebbish kind of Klingon, but not really. Okay. Like, that's actually my kink, is like, what if a Klingon...
accountant?
Yeah, was an accountant.
We're spending too much on bathlets. Where is all this money going?
Where are you going to find the money for this ransom?
With your Fakakta battle cruisers, I don't even know.
Okay. Oh, no. He's knocked out, but now there's somebody else coming. Who is it? It's Scotty Bax. It's Scotty Bax. We don't know how.
Yeah,
how did they find them? They're just
got
on
the warp signature.
They're on a planet, a day's flight in an escape pod away from the ship that they were tracking.
No, Goff found them and they found Goff.
Okay, maybe. Yeah.
Because they got the friggin' warp signatures during the fake torture scene.
Wait, so does a warp signature, like, that tells you where they are all the time?
Yeah, I didn't know that.
It's not just...
It's a way to track them, I guess.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, I thought warp signature just meant, like, what direction and at what speed did they go?
Yeah, I thought a warp signature was, like, when it goes to where if you get in, like, quick enough, you can follow.
Yeah. You see, like where they are.
Somehow?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I always thought it was like a radio frequency.
Well,
like you had to figure.
Me
like
and Rebecca are the ones who don't know what we're talking about. So you know,
but I
certainly.
But we're on the same page, Jamie.
Yeah,
like
that's what
I
thought it was, but I actually
like
don't know.
You're getting the velocity.
It's all bullshit. Goff found the escape pod and they found Goff.
So it's Bax and the boys showing up to rescue
the boys are back in town.
The boys are back in Dagobah to rescue Hick and Padma, and they show up and they've just finished beating to death the Rebellion. We don't know if he's dead. I like to think he is. Because I know how head injuries actually work, and I don't know what reptilian or what are they
Regilian? No,
it doesn't matter.
Reptilian. Nobody cares. Never gonna see him again. I don't know.
I like to think that he's dead. Anyway,
we see a crocodile swimming off with his head in his mouth,
and Bax says, "This a bad time?" Because
Trip starts throwing stones at him. Get the fuck out of here!
Did you not see the sock hanging on the swamp?
Yeah. I'm ready to swamp fuck some more, please. So, cut to everybody being safe and clean on the Enterprise. Padma reveals that when she became the Monarch, unfortunately, Jamie was incorrect.
Oh.
When she becomes the Monarch in 200 days or so, she says she can make the rules and tells Hick to come visit her and find out what that means, which I assume is anal. End credits.
Oh my god!
End of episode.
This episode.
That's
this
it.
show ends.
That's it.
So ridiculously suddenly every time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we have a friend, number one fan of this pod, Dax, who I asked, I said, I have a friend and we need to match her to an episode. Can you please find an episode to torture her? And this is the one that she picked. And I believe it worked.
What? I have been specifically targeted with this episode, which didn't even feature the Basset Hound. How dare you?
No,
it's first of all, it's a beagle.
Fuck you.
Second of all, I cannot tell you how much I am looking forward to seeing this episode. I am so angry this was not one of my
This would
describers.
have been mine. If Rebecca wasn't here, this would have been my episode.
Well, you're welcome. It's so fucking bad. And like, it's literally Star Wars. And then I went back and I looked at like the IMDb trivia and like reviews of this episode. And literally, this is not a unique observation on my part. They're like, they obviously cribbed from Star Wars. And I believe Bill is correct because I think I did also see references to an original series episode that I wasn't familiar with. And it probably was the one you mentioned. Yeah. So yeah, it was, and this is like a certain writer's first episode, and he comes from comedy, like he's done comedic stuff before, and he swears that the script he turned in is not what showed up on screen.
Completely agree. 100%
very interesting
believe that.
because I decided to specifically look up who the writers were, and Berman and fucking Braga are writers on this. I guess there's also a David Goodman who did the teleplay.
That's the guy.
So I think
Goodman.
David Goodman probably turned in a decent script, and Berman and Braga were like, let's fuck this shit up.
This is a House of Pain situation where somebody wrote it and then they did a pass on it and took the writing credit.
That definitely feels like it.
So yeah, it was frustrating because it was like, I love a good bad episode of television or a good bad movie, but this was just a bad episode where it was just like you know what's gonna happen. Oh, I bet he's about to like rub off the ice and see her face and fall in love with her. Oh, I bet she's gonna get out and be a princess that's too snobby for him. Oh, I bet they're gonna swamp fuck.
Is that how the physics of it works? If it's icy inside and warm outside, the ice forms on the outside.
On the outside. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's right. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Just wanted to double check.
Yeah.
Because that's how it
in the
always
same
is.
universe where lyrics cannot travel through space, but orchestral music can. Correct.
But why was he playing the harmonica? That never came back.
No one knows. It never comes up again. It never comes up again.
They probably discovered that Connor Trenier can play the harmonica and decided to put it in it.
And they're like, this will remind people that this character is a fucking hick. So when he gets to the swamp, he knows how to fuck in it.
Is there a scene where like they tell him like he needs to do something and he lets the harmonica go and the harmonica just flips around in
They weren't even in zero grav. It was super uncool. So yeah, not to put too fine a point on it, but yes, this was the worst episode of Enterprise. I did look it up. It's the 4th worst episode of the series.
Oh my God.
So on your journey forward, you can look forward to exactly 3 episodes that are worse than this one.
Wait, and you're saying those episodes are not episodes we've seen?
No, they are in your future.
Son of a bitch,
No way.
What?
Yeah. I'm so sorry.
Rebecca, even from your description, even with your disdain, there is no way in hell this episode is worse than fucking Terra Nova.
Was the worst episode of this show. The worst episode of Star Trek I've ever seen. That episode was...
Yeah. I'm only reporting the IMDb.
I understand.
Well, no, I take this back. I was about to say the only way this could be worse is if Connor Trenier wasn't available for this episode, so they literally had a standee with a coconut head. But if they did this, best episode of Enterprise thus far.
Padma Lakshmi would have had way more connection
Chemistry.
with a coconut head. Absolutely. And yes, at the 50th anniversary Star Trek convention in Las Vegas in August of 2016, fans voted this the 10th worst episode of the Star Trek franchise. And no, Salman Rushdie unfortunately does not appear in this, but wouldn't that have been awesome?
It was me, I got it.
There you go.
I will also say that I did get spoiled, but only on the fact that Padma Lakshmi was in this.
Yeah, you did tell me you were spoiled before I was spoiled, so I still had the joy of
seeing who it was. Yeah, I didn't tell you who it
name.
was. I just told you there was
Yeah.
a guest star, so that's good.
So
Yeah.
Maria mentioned to us on our Discord that there was a guest star, and I was like, it took everything in me to not look it up. I wanted so bad, but for this podcast, I knew I had to wait.
All right. Yeah.
So there was no, like, you sent me a bunch of other segments that you guys do. There was no fucking dog.
Yeah, so no Porthos good boy scale. Porthos was clearly a good boy.
No shitty cook.
Was there any food at all? Did we
was there any
see the food?
There was some jerky in the shuttle that they
boring.
ate, and Padma looked annoyed with it. But Padma did also suck the water from the same camelback bladder
she
that I
did.
own, and that was good. That was good.
All right.
And the other thing, you asked me like how sexy this was, and it's like it's kind of impossible to say.
That's
because
awesome Enterprise.
if I'm taking on, like, relatively speaking, the potential sexual energy of this episode was through the roof. Like, you've got a sexy Vulcan with nipples, you've got Padma Lakshmi, and you've got a hick who looks kind of okay with his shirt off.
Yeah.
But so, like,
How dare you? First of all, how dare you?
I really thought it was going to be an 11 out of 10, but the chemistry was so shit.
So this is
that
all
it's
Enterprise.
like negative.
Like I told you, like we know what every character's underwear looks like because we have seen all the characters in their underwear. They are often in their underwear rubbing each other down with stuff, and yet it is never sexy. It is
Never
always
sexy.
like the opposite of
Awkward
sexy.
or
The more
weird.
sexy they try to make it, the
Okay,
less sexy
actually-
it is somehow.
Can you tell me, like, in an early episode, was there a scene of the two white men in a shower together?
No, but
rubbing each other down?
No, but you're
Not
thinking
at
of
this point,
sexy
no.
decontamination.
Yeah,
Yes.
if you're
And they,
Yeah,
they were not.
They're not in
they
a
were
shower.
I don't think
No,
men.
there's never been-
I don't think I've seen men rubbing each
No.
other down.
I
It's
thought
always
it
a
was the
man
two
and a woman.
white guys.
No,
I
it
have
No,
this.
we've definitely seen Trip and T'Pol, and we've seen.
Oh, maybe that's what it was.
We've
Hoshi,
seen-
Archer,
Yeah, and we've seen
and
two
T'Pol,
women.
and Porthos.
So what
Yeah.
turned me off was like, okay, I'm ready to be titillated by this. And then they showed their most titillating scene, and I was like, nope.
Yeah.
We have talked about this
That
so much.
checks
In
out.
the first two episodes, we were sold horny Trek. We were sold
Yeah.
Baywatch Trek,
Yes.
and the rest of the series has not
Yeah,
delivered
like
on
we
that.
saw in the pilot, Scott Bakula in very tight underwear with a very large bulge.
Mhm.
Yep.
And I
Oh.
was like, this
We-
show, I cannot wait. This is going to be amazing.
No.
We have
Yeah.
never seen that bulge again.
Bait and switch.
Yeah.
Maria and Jamie, the same episode, except it's Padma Lakshmi and Malcolm.
Oh my God, it would be so much worse.
No, thank you.
So much
No,
worse.
thank you.
Imagine the train going off the cliff at the end of.
From what little I saw of Britt Tucker, I agree. Like, it would be a
he's the
nightmare.
Worse.
And from what I remember from the pilot,
Were there any mentions of water polo?
no.
Okay.
No, the only water mentioned was, again, the water that Padma Lakshmi sucked out of the same
Christ.
bladder that I have.
Now, did she suck the water out of it and then slow motion she pulled it away and was just pouring it?
Yeah,
all
I think
over?
that happened. Yeah.
Okay.
Oliver.
In your version, okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Checking my notes here. Yep, that's what happened. I ended my notes with TLDR, Hick Tucker swamp fucks a hostage. Oh,
Yeah.
because you had asked about like HR violations.
Yeah, where's
and that's
HR?
pretty much it. Yeah, Trip Tucker fucked a hostage.
Can that be our episode title? Trip Tucker Swamp.
Swamp fucks a hostage. Yeah.
So far, we've only had two people fuck anyone. We had Hoshi fuck that guy on Ryza.
Yeah, go
And
Hoshi.
now Trip.
Okay. Well, here's the question. Is it implied that they actually
It's
did the
implied
deed, or
because
is it
they're
just
wearing less.
Okay.
And they
Okay.
are
Yeah,
Fair
so it is
stoning.
very
Okay.
much like, it's not just you're like,
Right.
like no,
Okay.
it's implied
No.
that they fucked. Okay.
This isn't me being cutesy. Like
fair enough.
they did it.
All right.
Well,
And like,
we'll
and we know they
revisit
both
that
have
in the-
butts, so we know that there's some compatibility there. because she understands
That-
butts.
She said but.
Tells me a lot about you, Rebecca, is that did they have sex? Well, they both have butts. So
Well, I'm just saying, there's nothing to indicate that her species has vaginas, but there is evidence to suggest that they have
They
butts.
just rub their butts together, back to back.
And he's a human, so we know he's a human male.
Yeah, we know his
so He
anatomy.
has a dick. So
He is a cisgender man. We know his anatomy.
yeah.
you know, they 96 where you rub your butts together.
Do you guys remember a song called "Doing the Butt"?
No.
It
Oh,
was
yeah.
like the biggest
EU.
song.
Oh no, it was from School Days by Spike Lee. He directed the music video for it.
Really? Spike Lee directed the music video for "Doing the Butt"?
Yes, it was in his movie School Days. He's in the video and he's like saying, "This is the song called Da Butt," and then he walks out and it's.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
I only remember from we had in fourth grade, we had this DJ that was probably 35, and we're like, he's so cute because he had long hair and was on meth, and he would jump up on the speakers and do the butt, and we'd be like, yeah, doing the butt. Oh, work it, work it.
This is the segment of our show we like to call Will's Hollow Rec, sponsored by Eric, where we each give our recommendations for non-enterprise related content we've been consuming in our holodecks this week. Rebecca, I'm going to ask you first. Please, what is your recommendation for today?
Okay, so stop me if this has already been Riker-mended. Stop me if this has been Riker-mended before. Mickey 7.
Well, it has not.
I have never heard of this.
Okay. Oh, okay. All right.
We're watching it this
weekend. I was trying to think of a fun thing that might appeal to people who like Star Trek, but that might have been missed. And so this is actually a dual recommendation. There is a book called Mickey 7, which is fucking fantastic. And then this year, Bong Joon-ho, is that his name? The guy that did Parasite.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
and
I
Night-
know what movie
Yep.
you're talking about. Yeah.
So he turned it into a movie called Mickey 17. And both of these things are excellent works. I enjoyed each of them beginning to end. And they are both very anti-capitalist and very funny and weird, and left me thinking about them afterwards for different ways, even though they're based on the same work. And even though they left me thinking about things, they were very entertaining and funny. So Mickey 7 is the book, and there's a sequel that I haven't read yet, so can't speak to. And Mickey 17 is the film. Both are excellent.
Fantastic. Okay. Jamie, what you got?
So I very badly talked about the origins of hip hop earlier in the Diane Warren segment. So I thought I would recommend a graphic novel series called Hip Hop Family Tree by Ed Piskor.
Bill approves.
I think Bill knows this.
It is a better version of the origins of hip hop. It is so good. It's incredibly well researched. There's great art. I didn't know a lot about, especially hip hop in the 70s, and learned a lot about that. There's, I believe, 4 volumes. I only have the first 3 because when I got them, the 4th one wasn't out yet. But I was just looking at it today, and I saw that there is a 4th one that goes into Will Smith and Salt and Pepper. So that's I need to get that one. So yeah,
What a great series.
the Hip Hop Family Tree series by Ed Piskor.
All right, Bill.
I have 2 recommendations today. The first is for the video game that consumed most of my last month. I have been replaying Assassin's Creed Odyssey from 2018, set during the Greek mythic age. It is an absolutely fantastic game. I've gone through so much of it. One of the things I absolutely love about the game is that at one point you meet the famous Greek playwrights like Euripides and stuff, and they're just drunken assholes who absolutely shit on each other. At one point, you have to make one of them throw up at a party. It is a fantastic game. Love the game.
Jumping in lots of straw barrels, I assume.
Oh, so much jumping in straw barrels. My other recommendation is, of course, for the 1991 film
too?
Necessary Roughness, which stars Scott Bakula, Hector Elizondo. Does it feature Sinbad, Jason Bateman, and Kathy Ireland? Yes, it does.
I had not I do remember Sinbad, but I don't remember Kathy Ireland, which probably speaks to my gender.
Are you out of your mind? She's
Yes.
the kicker. She wears the little football
I do
pants. Her
remember
butt
that.
features
Ireland's the kicker?
prominently. Yes, she is.
I didn't know that's who that was. I thought she
Yeah.
was just an amazing actor who could kick a ball really far.
It
She's
is
the
incredibly
soccer
stupid.
player, right? Like they.
I think so. Yeah.
Oh my God, yeah. So to listeners out there, the team needs a kicker, and so they look for the best kicker, regardless of their DEI. They're gender blind, and they find the soccer
Right.
player. And apparently, it's Kathy Ireland. Love it.
An amazing coincidence. An incredibly stupid movie. Necessarily roughness. Watch it.
Fantastic.
Watch it. Love it.
Hell yeah. Good rec. Good Reich. Sorry, good Reich.
Okay, and my recommendation is a show called The Great North, which Rebecca will never watch because it's an animated series.
Yeah, I'm not a child. What am I, 6 years old?
It is a series about a family in a fictional town in Alaska. The father is voiced by Nick Offerman. The rest of the family is voiced by people like Jenny Slate and Will Forte and Aparna Nancharla. It's a fantastic show. Alanis Morissette has a regular feature in it as the young teenage girl's imaginary friend. Cannot recommend this enough. It's such a fun show. The Great North.
I'm glad that you caught yourself. I will like cut someone every time you say recommend instead of recommend.
That's fair.
I'm sorry. What's the name of the Vulcan on this show, Rebecca?
Tipo.
Thank you. It's gotten worse since we started. Fantastic. Great. No notes.
It was T-Pong at one point. It's great. And that is the episode. Thank you for listening. Next week, we will revisit this episode as a second contact and hear our thoughts after we've actually watched the episode. Rebecca, thank you so much for coming on the show. Please tell everyone where they can find you.
My pleasure, Maria. This has been so fun. You can find me at skepchick.org. That's skepchick.org or patreon.com/Rebecca. Or you just Google my name. Just Google Rebecca Watson. I'm not the Scottish author that wrote a book a couple years ago that was apparently great. Yeah.
We've made a huge mistake.
Yeah, apparently it was pretty good. It was pretty good. Her publishers keep tagging me on Twitter, and I have to be like, that's not me, dude. But I'm the other one. So yeah, there.
Okay.
Done. And you go now.
Okay. Thanks for listening. Special thanks to K.O. Myers at Particulate Media for sound assistance, to our friend David for the beautiful cover art, and to John Stephen King for being the voice of our computer. If you like the show, please rate, review, and subscribe on your podcast app of choice, and tell your friends about it. We really appreciate it. You can follow us on Instagram and Facebook as @EnterpriseSplaining, and on Blue Sky as @EnterpriseSplain. You can also email us any comments or questions such as, what did Padma Lakshmi do to that camelback? To enterprisesplaining@gmail.com. We would love to hear from you. And if you would like to support this podcast, you can find us at Buy Me a Coffee as Enterprise Splaining. See you next week.
Bye.
Good night.
Computer and program.
Okay, well, I debated sharing this, but it's relevant. While I was taking notes, I was like, we cut to interior of the ship. What is this ship even called? And I was like, oh, this is good. Okay, it's going to make my notes a little shorter.
This has been a broadcast of the ESO Network. Be part of the crew and help support our shows by donating to our ESO Patreon or by shopping at the TeePublic store, which can all be found at www.esonetwork.com. The ESO Network, your station for all things geek.